now that the city council, now that the city has committed to purchasing the property for working waterfront, how do you think they will be able to recoup their investment?
My original vision down there was not to just hand the whole project over to a nonprofit. What I would like to see is I'd rather see the pier go to the nonprofit fishermen and then utilize the Hurricane Harbor building as a place where fishermen can come in, sell their fresh catches to the public, maybe have a raw bar down there, maybe cut the Hurricane Harbor up into small shops that the city can lease out, and have some place for the people of Sebastian, our tourists that come to our city, come down to our wonderful waterfront. There's nothing to do. There's no place to buy a bottle of water. There's no place to get a sandwich. There's no place to get anything on our waterfront. If you walk down our waterfront, you can't even get a bottle of water if you're thirsty. If your dog is thirsty, the only thing we have is a water fountain at the bathrooms at Main Street. I think we can utilize that building so the city can actually make money instead of just handing it over to a nonprofit, investing so far $200,000 for a roof repair. The building is probably going to take almost $1 million to repair that, and then we're going to turn it over to a nonprofit, and the city's not going to recoup any investment over there. So I think we can keep the building ourselves, let the nonprofits have the pier, and possibly revitalize the inside of the building so we can actually use it so people can go down there, maybe get an ice cream, maybe get some fish, fresh fish right off the boats. Who doesn't want that, So I think there's some possibilities down there, but as of right now, if we leave it the way that it seems like it's deemed, I think it's doomed. Thank you.
Mr. Gillmor.
Well, Mr. DeVirgilio's vision is the same vision that the Waterfront Committee came up with. And that's the vision that we are proceeding with right now. I agree that we're going to have to see Hurricane Harbor leased out. There are very stringent requirements as to how that can be done. And I think that it's probably a genius stroke to put the fishermen in charge of that because, quite frankly, the agriculture department and where those grants came from they're going to look a lot. It's going to be a lot easier for them to get stuff done than it is for the city. I wanted to see a restaurant go in there, and they said, well, you can't have a restaurant. You can have a fresh fish market with ancillary food service. I said, well, what does that sound like to you? It sounds like a restaurant to me. But they said, oh no, it can't be a restaurant. So, you're dealing with Tallahassee. So that's tough. I will be very happy when the citizens of Sebastian can go down to a thriving waterfront. And look, folks, it's not a question about recouping an investment. This is about making an investment in our future. And so a thriving waterfront is going to be a point of interest for folks to come to Sebastian for. It's just one more thing that will create interest and put life back into that waterfront. So it's not really, you can't look at it as something that's going to pay the city back. It's going to pay the city back in a lot of ways, but as far as money back to the city, that's probably not going to happen.
Thank you. Mr. Wheeler.
Excellent question. First of all, the thought of a viable working waterfront is an absolutely wonderful idea. It's beautiful. It's going to enhance the city of Sebastian. There's no denying that. However, I approached council and in regards to this, and I asked Mr. Gillmor, I said, Mr. Gillmor, where's the return on investment? And he just answered the question that there's really no big thought of return on investment with this. And quite honestly, that concerns me. With that being said, I am not interested in seeing the working waterfront stall. I think we are in so deep, the wheels are turning. To turn back would be more damaging than moving forward. We need to make this whole thing a doable project. There's no question in my mind about that. As your council member, I want to be up here and be one of your five with a voice of reason to keep us from ending up with something like a working waterfront tax for the city of Sebastian to have to endure. I will fight that with every ounce of my being. This is going to be a doable project. I want to be on your dais as a voice of reason to try to work our way through this thing with the least negative impact possible for the citizens of Sebastian. And that's really my take on it. I don't see a return on investment. We're going to be licking our wounds for a little while. Maybe down the road we can sell a building or sell part of it or something and do some sort of recouping that way. We need to really work on this, put our heads together and make it work.